Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paper Crates, and for those of you who don't know, I like to make mental health and music content. So today I'm going to incorporate once again one of my careers into the video. So I am also a vet nurse. I already made a video about the mental health industry as a vet nurse. If you haven't seen that video already, please make sure to go and check it out because it does provide some sort of context to this video. In my last video, basically had a bunch of points about the animal industry and how it's affecting our mental health and why the suicide rate is so high. I touched on like management of the vet clinic and clients and how they act towards us and stuff like that. So today I'm going to focus more on the staff at the vet clinics and how that affects your mental health. There was a lovely lady that commented on my last video. Her name is Dinah. She raised some points that I didn't mention in the last video, which I really appreciate because it gave me the idea for this video, so thank you so much for that. You're amazing, thank you. Let's just get into it. So I've been to like 4 different vet clinics and I have experienced this at every single vet clinic that I've been to without fail. They always have some older staff that have been there for a lot of years, or they've been nursing for many years. For some reason, all of the older staff that work in the animal industry most of the time are quite rude.
Just want to pop in here and say that I was around 16, 18 years old when I was doing placement, so I did experience a lot of age discrimination because of how young I was. So just wanted to say that when I refer to older people, I was literally the youngest at every clinic that I went to because of my age. So technically everyone was older than me, and I experienced, a lot of age discrimination because of that.
I feel like they've lost a lot of their patience, which is understandable. I don't blame them for that, but they definitely project their lack of patience onto other staff members.
Just want to pop in here again and say that the older generation in general is a lot different to this generation now and the way that they were brought up. I've experienced one nurse in my life recently that doesn't have any empathy for anyone going through like mental health issues or having problems or like needing to take time off work. They're very not understanding of what people are going through. If they don't get it, then it's not real sort of thing, like a very old way of thinking.
Your patience gets tested so much in the animal industry, whether it would be from clients, patients, staff. There is just so many things that really test your patience. That often leads to things being said to other staff members that are very, very sharp and very abrupt and very mean. I've definitely been told a lot of things by older staff members that were very discouraging as a placement student, for example. A lot of the older staff members wouldn't let me physically do tasks so that I could learn because they just did not have the patience to teach me. So I found myself stuck. I was trying to teach myself things that I couldn't possibly teach on my own. So at my first vet clinic job, I worked there for maybe 3 years, so 2 years placement, 1 year qualified. That whole time, that whole 3 years, I was never allowed to put a catheter in. I was never allowed to get bloods. No one had the patience for me to learn. No one had the patience to give me a go. Not only did they not have the patience, but they would also talk really bad about you and talk behind your back and say really nasty things to other staff members. They would make fun of you, and you don't have to be a new staff member for that to happen. That happens wherever you go, however much experience you have. You are always going to be talked about behind your back. Without a doubt. It doesn't matter which clinic you've been to, someone is going to talk behind your back. This is more common in the vet nurse area. I find that every vet nurse that I've ever met in my life always have something to say about another staff member. And I'm not going to deny it, me included, okay? I don't know why, but it's just something that happens. You have to kind of like pick sides and make people happy by agreeing with them, and I often feel like I have to talk about someone to someone else in order to be favored by that person. And that is so toxic, and I hate that I have to feel like that sometimes. It's like the only way to be friends with certain staff members is to talk about someone that they hate. Go figure that out, okay? Go figure that out. And I have definitely tried to not get into that kind of mindset, but sometimes it's just impossible. Sometimes you just won't get anywhere if you don't side with people. But it's just a reality in the vet clinic. Like, people just talk about people behind their backs. No matter where you go, no matter how good you think the business is, no matter how tight you think the team is, there is always someone talking behind your back. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. And that definitely leads on to my next point of not all vets and vet nurses treat animals with respect. I have seen a number of times vet nurses just throwing an animal into a cage, shutting the door and walking away, not go out for walks, forgetting to be fed. I have seen this many times. I haven't seen it at the vet clinic that I now work at, but the clinic I worked at beforehand, all the time, animals would just get so neglected because the workload was so busy. But not only that, half the staff that worked at that vet clinic did not care. There are just some people, whether it is that they lose their patience for the career that they're pursuing, or they are just like that naturally, they are just people that do not care and should not be vets and nurses. And obviously, again, that's going to cause more tension, and that's going to cause more people to talk behind your back. Because if you are there and you are abusing animals in an industry when you're meant to be taking care of animals, obviously that's not going to make a good name for yourself, okay? I find that a lot of these older staff members that have been doing this for a long time, not only are they really rude to other staff members, especially new ones, they're also very rude to clients because they just don't have the patience anymore. They don't have the patience to explain something that they've been explaining over the last 10 years to every new client. They just don't have the patience, and they talk to them so abruptly. It's just unbelievable. These types of people should not be working in this industry if they're going to make people feel like this. It's crazy how common this is and how much I've experienced it personally towards me. Another negative to the animal industry is that the rumors are true, okay? Some vets do charge too much. I feel like there's been a lot of instances where the client's been in the room for literally 2 to 5 minutes and we're charging an $80 consult for that 2 to 5 minutes. Honestly, if I were a vet, I would just let them go for free. That's not even, what? Like, why would you charge $80 for a 2-minute consult? That just baffles me. Like, some vets do that and it's crazy. Not only do some vets charge way too much for something very, very little, this also happens to staff members as well. I personally don't think that vets and nurses should be charged a consultation, because a consultation with a person that works in the industry, they already know how to administer the medication, they already know how to run the bloods, how to do the bandages. Like, there is no need to charge for that if the vet or nurse already knows how to do it. It's just, it doesn't sit right with me. I don't know, look, that's just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, so that's the end of this video. It's a pretty confronting topic because I know that people I know are watching this video and I don't want them to think negatively about me, but this is just my experience. So don't take it to heart. This is just my opinion, my experience, my life, how I feel about the animal industry sometimes. I try and love everyone as best as I can, but at the end of the day, I'm human, and sometimes if you can't beat them, you join them. That's just the reality of the human race. Thank you for watching this video. If you are from the animal industry, comment down below. I always love hearing your stories. I'd love for you to just comment down below. That would be amazing. I hope that you're all having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. I hope you're all smiling until your cheeks hurt. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!